Marino had no idea about the name or location of the lighthouse in the photograph. He often imagined what it would be like to visit the lighthouse depicted in the photograph.
Welcome to Opportuno, Episode 56, Island Lighthouse. This fictional story illustrates how acts of kindness, no matter how small, can create authentic connections with others that may lead to discovery, friendship, and understanding. Now, on with the story, Island Lighthouse.
Island Lighthouse. Marino had always been drawn to the sea, its vast expanse, and the mysteries it held. One day, while browsing through an antique shop, a framed photograph caught his eye. It was a stunning image of a lighthouse, perched atop a rugged, rocky island, surrounded by the seemingly endless ocean. As he gazed upon the picture of the lighthouse, standing tall and proud against the crashing waves, Marino felt a sense of tranquility wash over him. Captivated by the image of the lighthouse, Marino purchased the photograph, took it home, and hung it on the wall, where he could admire it at his leisure. Marino had no idea about the name or location of the lighthouse in the photograph. He often imagined what it would be like to visit the lighthouse depicted in the photograph. Someday, he thought, if he knew where this lighthouse was located, he would like to go there and experience the sounds of the crashing waves and the cry of seagulls echoing in the distance. The smell of the salty air and the feel of the ocean breeze on his face. On a brisk autumn afternoon, Marino made his way home from the local market, his arms laden with bags of fresh produce and groceries. As he navigated the bustling streets, he suddenly lost his footing, the bags slipping from his grasp, and all his groceries tumbled to the ground.
Oh no!
Marino exclaimed, watching helplessly as his hard-earned purchases scattered across the sidewalk. Just then, a man with a backpack slung over his shoulder rushed to Marino's aid and said,
"Here, let me help you with that."
As he bent down to gather the fallen items, Marino was taken aback by the stranger's kindness.
Thank you, that's very kind of you.
He replied, gratefully accepting the help. The man introduced himself as Django, a traveling backpacker passing through the area. With a warm smile, he helped Marino carefully repack the bags, ensuring nothing was damaged or lost. Marino said, feeling embarrassed by the situation.
"No need to apologize.
Django reassured him.
I'm just glad I could lend a hand. We've all been there, needing help from others along life's journey."
Marino nodded, a sense of relief washing over him.
Well, the least I can do is invite you back to my place for a home-cooked meal to show my thanks for your help.
Django's eyes lit up at the offer.
That would be wonderful, thank you. I'd be honored to share a meal with you.
As the two men made their way to Marino's cozy apartment, Marino couldn't help but feel grateful for the kindness of this unexpected stranger. Django's willingness to lend a hand had turned a potentially stressful situation into a moment of connection and generosity. Once inside, Marino set about preparing a delicious meal, drawing on his culinary expertise to create a feast fit for a king. Django watched in awe, marveling at Marino's skill and the inviting aromas that filled the air. As they sat down to enjoy the meal together, Marino felt a sense of warmth and contentment. This simple act of hospitality was his way of paying forward the kindness that Django had shown him earlier that day. It was a reminder that even the smallest gestures can make a lasting impact on someone's life. Django noticed the photograph of the lighthouse on the wall and commented,
Ah, I see you have a fondness for the Les Eclaireurs Lighthouse in Argentina. It's a truly magnificent sight, isn't it?
Marino's eyes widened in surprise.
You know of that lighthouse? I've been captivated by it for years, but I never knew its name or location. Please, tell me more about it.
Django responded,
Certainly, I'd be happy to. The Les Eclaireurs Lighthouse is a historic landmark located just 5 nautical miles east of the city of Ushuaia in the Beagle Channel of southern Argentina. The lighthouse is a slender, cylindrical brick tower painted in the traditional red and white colors, with a black lantern house and gallery at the top. The lighthouse stands 11 meters tall on a rocky islet, with its light positioned 22.5 meters above the sea level. Despite its small size, the lighthouse has a commanding presence, defiantly withstanding the strong southern winds that batter this remote corner of Tierra del Fuego. The lighthouse stands tall like a solitary guardian, keeping watch over the sea passage leading to Ushuaia. Construction on the lighthouse began in 1918 under the direction of the Argentine Navy, who were seeking to install a navigational aid to guide ships entering the Beagle Channel. The chosen site was one of the Les Eclaireurs Islands, named by a French captain in the 19th century, Les Eclaireurs, spelled L-E-S-E-C-L-A-I-R-E-U-R-S, is a French term that translates to the Scouts or the Enlighteners. The word enlighteners typically refers to people or entities that provide illumination, knowledge, or enlightenment, either figuratively or literally. In the context of the name Les Eclaireurs, it likely refers metaphorically to the function of the lighthouse, which guides ships safely through dark or dangerous waters, thereby enlightening or providing illumination to sailors navigating the area. After a year of construction, the lighthouse became operational on December 23, 1920. The Les Eclaireurs Lighthouse has earned its own iconic status as a beloved symbol of Ushuaia and the Tierra del Fuego region. Today, the lighthouse is remotely operated and powered by solar panels, but it remains an active aid to navigation as well as a popular tourist attraction. Visiting this historic and picturesque lighthouse was a highlight of my time in Ushuaia, and I'm sure it will leave a lasting impression on anyone who has the chance to see it in person.
Marino thanked Django for sharing the story about the lighthouse, which until today he had only known through the photograph hanging on his wall. The end.
That's all for now. Thanks for listening. Please visit opportuno.org. Thank you.